8:48 on this Tuesday morning as we're getting back into the groove after the Memorial Day, after the long weekend. Well, we've got more of that familiar Oklahoma wind. That's hardly gone anywhere for most of this spring. And on the last day of May, it's still with us here as we look from Washington this morning. Camera shaking a little bit. Winds are quite gusty. 15 to 30 mile an hour gusts common. Now, we're not going to see quite as many of those 40 to 45 mile an hour gusts like we had yesterday. Having said that, the winds are still going to be steady throughout the day. Humidity is up, temperatures are up. We're in the upper 70s, and the muggy factor certainly there today, so that's going to lead to a bit of a heat index for the afternoon. We'll have highs in the upper 80s, but heat indices in the low 90s. Showers and storms have been trailing out ahead of a very slow-moving cold front. Most of that has been across eastern Kansas into western Missouri, from about Chinook, Kansas up to Kansas City, but a few of those are trying to trail back down into portions of Chautauqua, Labette, Montgomery counties, far northern areas, north of Independence. A couple showers, downpours have tried to pop up. Not out of the question that, again, southeast Kansas counties and even all the way down to, say, northern Washington or Osage County, northern Craig, Newada counties, you could see an isolated shower or storm this morning through the midday hours. That's not the main kind of round of storms that we're tracking. That'll start to come this evening and tonight. A flood watch is in effect pretty much from about I-44 to the north and west. As we talked about, obviously a heck of a lot of rain across green country, most of green country for the month of May. Grounds are pretty saturated, so it's not going to take a whole lot for flooding issues to occur, and there will be the potential for 2 to 3 inches of rain locally in spots as we go from tonight through Wednesday and into early Thursday. So it won't fall all at once. Where you see this darker green, especially the yellows and oranges, that's the indication of 2 to 3 inches of rain, if not more in some locations. More so focused I-44 to the north, lesser amounts to the south and east, but once again, there could be some locally higher spots in our southern counties as well. As far as severe weather threats go, large hail, damaging winds, and localized flooding, flash flooding, are going to really be the primary threats here. The tornado threat is on the very low side of things, just something we can't completely rule out. If one storm can kind of lock on to a little bit of rotation, that's what we'd be watching for. But hail, wind, and flooding are really the primary concerns here. That cold front, a very slow mover, so it won't be impacting our temperatures today. We'll be pretty muggy, very warm, highs in the upper 80s. 4 to 5 o'clock, storms firing up from western Oklahoma, northern Oklahoma, into southern Kansas. Those will drop south and east with time. It'll be a kind of a semi-solid line, maybe not a line, but several clusters of storms for a while. But then what'll may have a tendency to happen as we hit sunset and then go to 9 to 10 o'clock tonight. Some of those storms will try to fall apart. So south and east of I-44, chances for storms are much lower tonight. But as we head into tomorrow morning, rounds of storms will redevelop and move west to east across our area. Rounds of storms through midday. Tomorrow, rounds of storms through Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Then by Wednesday night into Thursday morning, the cold front starts to surge south. By Thursday, shower chances are still hanging around but starting to diminish. And then that's when we start to feel the cooler air. Highs in the 70s on Thursday, and we should see some pretty pleasant temperatures on Friday as well. So 7-day forecast, again, won't rain all at once, won't be continuous. Some of us will have a lot more than others, but rounds of storms from this evening through Wednesday and into Thursday morning. A cool down, at least a little bit of one Thursday and Friday, and then more kind of off and on storm chances and slightly unsettled conditions coming up on Saturday and Sunday. Pretty typical for the first upcoming weekend of June.